that we've seen, I would argue that he's back. And I would argue that he's probably going to win one, maybe two more majors. Probably. I'm just saying. 855-525-5683 is the number. That's how you get in touch with me. I've been trying to go live on YouTube for the longest, and every time I try, I don't have time to troubleshoot the errors right now, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I've been trying to get it set up all morning, and I think this is probably why I ended up leaving it alone on YouTube, because it was so difficult to do. All right, so anyway, we're just talking about Tiger Woods and his successful, and I think, as I said, when I look at golfers and when I look at golf over the years, I have to say that, hey, look, Tiger's the best we've ever seen, and everybody is gonna want to point to the number of majors. Oh well, Jack has more majors, and then my argument is that they didn't change courses to keep Jack from winning the way they did Tiger. I always found that curious. Why did they change those courses? I always found that curious that they would change courses like that to keep a person from winning. Had that been a white golfer, would it have been a big deal? We'll never know. But it does make you wonder. At least it does me. 855-525-5683 is the number. On my wall this morning, we're going to talk a little hockey here for a moment. On my wall this morning, I posted a story because many of y'all know PJ Subban is my favorite hockey player right now. Subban plays for the Nashville Predators. It's a great story of how he became who he is. They are from the Caribbean islands, and they moved to Canada when he was very, very young. And he and his brother, by the way, there are two Subban brothers in the NHL right now. I think one of them plays for Calgary. He's a goalie. PK Subban, his dad actually built a skating rink in their backyard so that he could learn how to skate and play hockey. I mean, it's just a great, great story. Okay? And a lot of people, and I try not to get frustrated when I talk to black people about hockey. I always tell them that, black people have participated in or helped to create just about every sport that exists today. And hockey is no exception. And we've had we've talked to, I can't. Okay, I'll just leave it alone. I'm getting irritated with this computer here. Let's see. All right, I'm trying to bring up this book. Okay, so I'm talking about the book Black Ice because I want y'all to go out and check it out. It's called Black Ice: The Lost History of the Colored Hockey League. It's a great, great book. It has great pictures. It's by George and Daryl Fausty. We've had them on the show, by the way. And I posted this article because, since it's not a dominant sport, many people don't know what black hockey players go through. This guy, Giovanni Smith, he plays for the the Detroit Red Wings. He was suspended for giving the middle finger. Okay, one of the few black hockey NFL, the black NFL players in the NHL, has been dealing with so much racism that he needs a police escort. Detroit Red Wings prospect Giovanni Smith has been dealing with racial taunts from the beginning of this season, the Waterloo Region Record reported last week. With approximately 30 black people among the 700 players in the NHL, diversity is probably the last thing the NHL, let alone ice hockey, is known for. It's heartbreaking, to be honest. He shouldn't have to endure it, says Mike McKenzie, the general manager. Smith did a good job of turning the other way. I think the unfortunate part, and it pains me to say this, is that he's probably used to it by now. He's probably heard things before, which is brutal. Smith, 20, was suspended from the Ontario Hockey League playoff game last week for giving the middle finger to the opposing bench. But before and after the incident, he was subjected to racial slurs and threats, according to the team. Considering all the savage violence in hockey, Smith's suspension for flipping off an opposing player is questionable at best. Giving the middle finger sparked a series of racially charged comments on social media. One troglodyte reportedly sent a photo of Smith's personal Facebook account with the caption reading, "Hockey N-word," and sent a death threat. Now, I really love hockey, but I'm going to tell you, there are, and you see this, and look, PK Subban will tell you some of the racist things that he's had to deal with. Okay? And this is something hockey is going to have to get his hands around, because if they don't, it's going to get worse. You know, we talked about, remember Russell Westbrook and him going off on the player in Utah? And the letter we read last week from Kyle Korver about how it's important for white people to stand up against racism. The NHL is going to have to do this. They're going to have to do this because it's too many people. I'm just looking at this. Y'all go out and look at Black Ice. In fact, I've got this. We're going to get Daryl and George Fosty back on the show. I'm just looking at some of the comments from this book. It says, bought the book for my son, who is the only black hockey player on the hockey team, to show him how far the sport has come for African Americans, and he loves it. Excellent read and very insightful. Great book with some interesting history of the contribution of black Canadians made to the creation of hockey. Don't y'all realize that there are traces of black people playing hockey as far back as the early 1800s? So when black people say, "Oh, well, we don't do hockey," yeah, you do. Don't you realize that your ancestors who escaped on the Underground Railroad into Canada, they were some of the early creators of hockey? This is the games that they played. Now, go out and get the book, because there are not just words. He's actually got pictures of old black hockey players in this book. So part of the reason that I love hockey is because that it's part of my heritage. And it's a great game. It really is. You know, it really is. Let's see where my Predators are standing, because last I checked, they were tied 2-2 with the Dallas Stars. And I told a friend the other day that if you really want to, if you really want to understand hockey, this is a good time to do it. This is a good time to do it. So this afternoon at 3 o'clock, Dallas and Nashville. Dallas is the 7th seed. This is a pivotal game 5. Then you got Winnipeg at St. Louis tonight as well, and Carolina at Washington. Ought to be a fun game. Will the defending champs go out tonight? That's going to be interesting to watch. But if you want to learn some good hockey, if you want to understand hockey, the best time to watch hockey if you are a novice is during the playoffs. It's the best time to watch because there's a lot of action. You get to see the pageantry and all of that as it relates to it. Man, this is the time to watch hockey. It ought to be fun. And I hate I'm not in Nashville to take in. That's the one thing that I miss more than anything else. It's the one thing that I miss more than anything else, being away from Nashville, and that's not being able to go to a hockey game. 855-525-5683 is the number. Also, we've got NBA playoffs. Russell Wilson. That ought to be fun. I said Russell Wilson. Oh, I mean Russell Westbrook. But quickly, let me talk about Russell Wilson. I mean, the highest paid player in the NFL. You know, I know a lot of people were a little upset with Russ because there he was laying in the bed with old fine Sierra. Had just got this big contract. I know people are upset, but I ain't hating on Russ. You go, bro. You go. I ain't mad at him at all. At all. So let's see. Portland, let's see. Westbrook leads Thunder past the Trailblazers. They were up 2-0. And they finally were able to pull it out. 120-108, that was last night. Westbrook ends up with 33 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists. You know, and I tell you what, he and Lillard, they were going back and forth last night, dude. Lillard ended up with 32 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. C.J. McCollum, 21. Paul George finally stepped up and played last night. He had 22, but many people believe that he has a bad shoulder. But that's going to be a series to watch. But what I was going to say is this. You know, I hear about all these players and how great they are and this, that, and the other. My thing is this, folks. And this goes for Kevin Durant as well. You're not a great player until you've led your team to a championship. Okay? You're not a great player until you've led your team to a championship. Just because you can go and play on a team and win, Kevin Durant, let's see what you do after this year. Let's see if you stay at Golden State or take on the mantle of a championship player whom you claim, if you're the best player, you ought to be able to lead your team to a championship. Even if it's just one, you ought to be able to lead your team to a championship. So if Durant is the best player, then he leaves Golden State. He goes to New York or wherever, and he leads that team to a championship. Or does he go and join another team that has superstars already on it? I'm just asking. Because there are a lot of, you're hearing a lot of talk with the NBA now about who the great players are. Until you can do that, I don't think you're a great player. That includes Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving got to Boston and realized that, hey, this whole thing about championships ain't all what it's cracked up to be. This is a lot harder than I thought. And then he quickly came back and apologized to LeBron James. Okay? So this is not as easy as you think. Also, in other NBA playoffs, Boston Celtics over the Indiana Pacers. That is now a 3-0 lead for the Celtics. Have the Celtics come around? Kyrie had 19 points, 10 assists. Have they come around? See, here's the other thing that's happening with Boston. See, the Boston Celtics are saying, hey, we did this without Kyrie last year. Could it be that Kyrie is the problem? Think about that in a roundabout way. If they made a run last year with the Celtics, without Kyrie, and now Kyrie is back, and they seem to struggle all year long. Maybe they've gotten it together. They're 3-0 against Indiana, but I don't think many people even thought that Indiana would make a whimper. Other NBA playoffs, the Toronto Raptors lead the Magic 2-1. I think this series is over. Really, the Magic shouldn't have won a game. I'm not sold on Toronto. Kyle Lowry, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists. That's your starting point guard. That's the problem. Could it be that Toronto traded the wrong guy? Toronto leads that series 2-1. Some of the games that's going to take place today. Let's see. Toronto and Orlando. I know that was last night. Let's pull up today's schedule. Today at 3 o'clock on TNT, you've got Philadelphia at Brooklyn. You've got, is that game 3? So that's today. Also today, you got Denver and San Antonio. Denver is in trouble, folks. I'm going to tell you, Denver is in trouble. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Milwaukee at Detroit. Milwaukee is going to sweep that series. And Houston at Utah. Those are the games today. Tomorrow, you've got Boston at Indiana. They can close that out. Golden State at LA. Clippers. Toronto at Orlando. And Portland at Oklahoma City. So those are the games in the playoffs in the NBA coming up this season. So that'll be fun to watch. A lot of games. Look, you can go either way. You can do hockey. You can do basketball. I'm going to be doing both. All right? I'm just like that. I love both sports. I would argue that had there been hockey in Little Rock when I was a growing young boy, I would have been playing hockey. I would have been playing hockey. I know football was football was everything, but I'm going to tell you, we actually, now where the, is it Skate World or where it is out on Bowman? We remember going to that skating rink when it was nothing but woods and trees. And the only thing out there was that skating rink. And there were a few houses here and there. Now it's blown up. It's a mecca now. But that skating rink has always been out there. And we didn't go to roller skate because most black people went to Troy's that was on Asher. But we went to the Bowman skating rink to ice skate. Me, Sam, Dwayne, Aaron, a couple other friends. We'd go out there to ice skate. So we would have played hockey. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I would have played hockey. I'm a hockey fan. All right. 855-525-5683 is the number. That's how you get in touch with us if you want to talk on the show. We're going to come back here in just a moment. Got some more sports for you. You're listening to the Weekly Sports Magazine on joynetradio.com.
Sunday, April 21st, 5:30 p.m. The BKLR Quartet Convention presents the Arkansas Connection Easter Blockbuster at Judah Restoration Worship Center, 2401 South Main Street in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Bishop Esau Watson. You'll see gospel greats performing like Bishop Kenneth Robinson and Chosen, the Sensational Wells Brothers, the Bracey Brothers, Red Rogers and Men of Destiny, Revive, the Hunter Brothers, Pastor Austin Hill and Renewed, Travis Jackson Jr. and the Spiritual Sons, the Eternal Life Singers, the Barnes Brothers. Don't miss the pre-show at 4:45 p.m. featuring Cambria and the Girls, Voices of Heaven, the Gillette Juniors, Pastor T.W. Scott and the Singing Rebs, and Genuine, formerly the Gospel Warriors. The Arkansas Connection Easter Blockbuster, Easter Sunday, April 21st, 5:30 p.m. with the pre-show at 4:45 p.m. at the Judah Restoration Worship Center in Pine Bluff. Tickets are $10 at the door, $25 for VIP. For information, call 501-291-9099. Co-sponsored by Robinson Mortuary, James Gray and Paradise Funeral Homes, Eternal Life Funeral Homes, and Miles J. Kimball.
This is attorney Danielle Walker from the Walker Law Firm. Are you drowning in debt? Is your debt becoming unmanageable? Are you struggling to make ends meet? It might be time to consider bankruptcy options. Call me at 501-374-1448 and let me provide you with the professional legal guidance and help protect you from foreclosure, harassing bill collectors, repossession, wage garnishments, and more. I have a proven record of serving clients just like you for over 20 years. I'm conveniently located downtown Little Rock at 323 Center Street, Suite 1020. Call today for a free no obligation consultation at 501-374-1448, 501-374-1448, and let me help you.
Mitchell Funeral Home welcomes all of Arkadelphia and Arkansas to connect with a family-owned and operated service provider in Clark County since 1966. At Mitchell Funeral Home, they understand that the funeral is a celebration of a life and legacy, so the entire staff takes great pride in the caring, personal, and professional services they provide. Cremations, funeral planning, burial policy, life insurance, notary, and monument sales are just a few of the services they offer. Flexible packages are available as well. Mitchell Funeral Home appreciates the trust and confidence placed in them and will continue to enhance their services so as to serve you better. Call now. Get connected. 870-246-2611. That's 870-246-2611. Call, click, or come by. MitchellFuneralServices.com. Don't wait till we're needed. Call us now. Let's walk through this together. 870-246-2611. It's quality you can appreciate and service you can depend on at Mitchell Funeral.
All right, welcome back to the Weekly Sports Magazine. A few more minutes, about 12 minutes to go in the show. We're going to look at the rest of the show. We'll look at a little of the NBA draft as well as the NFL draft that's going to take place next weekend. By the way, the NFL draft is going to take place in Nashville, Tennessee. Also in the background, we're jamming Change. Of course, that's Luther Vandross. You heard, if you listened to the beginning part of the show, you heard us talking about how Luther got his start, and that was with Change. That's a great song, by the way. But the NFL draft is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, on the banks of the Columbia River, the Cumberland River, I should say. I just hope it doesn't rain, because the way the weather has been, you better have a backup plan. That's for sure, because it could certainly rain and just pour down. Also, we didn't talk about Zion Williamson declaring for the draft. No surprise, no surprise. A couple of weeks ago, well, about 10 days ago, there were rumors that came out that Zion Williamson had been paid. He had been paid to go to Duke. There's an investigation going on. So we'll see how that goes, but he's certainly going to the draft. I mean, was there any doubt that he was going? It wasn't to me. It may have been to others, but there was no doubt that he was going. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go forward. Let's see. Couple of other things. Oh, we were going to look at there are some NFL mock drafts. I recently found out, and those of you all know, I haven't been covering the NFL that much. I'm still not a fan of the NFL. But I am a Raider fan. I'm not a fan of John Gruden. I never have been. I think he's much ado about nothing. He gets more hype than is necessarily needed. I don't think he's going to turn the Raiders around. But apparently, John Gruden has pulled a Donald Trump. He doesn't trust his NFL scouts. Him and Mike Mayock are the ones who are running this team. And they've got full authority, apparently. And apparently, they don't know who to trust and wanted to clear the room. Check this out. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Raiders general manager Mike Mayock and head coach John Gruden sent their scouts home for the weekend because they don't know who to trust and wanted to clear the room. Rappaport added that the scouts are not expected to return by the time the NFL draft returns or starts. Huh? Y'all just giving John Gruden a pass. The media is giving John Gruden a pass. The media is giving the Oakland Raiders a pass. Because you all are so in love with John Gruden. He can tinkle in the air and shower you, and y'all will swear it's raining. That's how the media is with John Gruden. This is a joke. So all of a sudden, John Gruden knows everything about everything. Look, John Gruden can win the Super Bowl next year, and I'm still not a John Gruden fan. That's just peculiar. It just really is. So let's see. Let's look at a couple of mock drafts if they're available. I don't want video. I want actual drafts. Now, of course, I think Kyler Murray is considered to be the number one guy. Now, Kyler Murray is the Heisman Trophy winner. He's the 5'8" quarterback. I'll give him an inch. 5'9" quarterback. And many people are saying that he's going to be drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. You know, there are reasons why some teams win and some teams continue to wallow in the muck and the mire. And drafting Kyler Murray with the number one pick is a classic example of that. Kyler Murray is not the number one. Look, here's the thing. How is it that you can draft a guy who has a lower quarterback rating than the guy you already have on your team? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. How is it that you could do that? Tell me that. But that just goes to show you the Cardinals. Now, don't give me this mess about Cliff Kingsbury. Look, Josh Rosen has a better quarterback rating than Kyler Murray. If Josh Rosen was playing in college right now, he would have a higher quarterback rating than Kyler Murray. And he's already on Arizona's squad. But you fired the coach after 1 year. And now you're getting ready to, look, I would love it if nobody gave them a number one pick. And they ended up being stuck with both of these guys. And then you go out and you hire Cliff Kingsbury, who was from Texas Tech, who didn't have a winning record. in college and you hire him in for a pro team, some of these teams deserve to be in the muck and mire. The Cardinals are one of them, and so are the Oakland Raiders. Number 2 pick, Nick Bosa, the guy who had to scrub his Twitter account after him making racist innuendos. And if he's ended up drafted in San Francisco, boy, that's gonna fit just good. It's gonna be perfect. Number 3, the New York Jets, Josh Allen. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. He's 6'5", 260 pounds. He's a big edge who has experience playing off-ball linebacker. Oakland Raiders, number 4. Devin White, a linebacker from LSU. Now, this is from Bleacher Report. Okay? Everybody has a different mock draft. Tampa Bay, Quinnen Williams. If I had my druthers, I'd rather the Raiders got him. The Giants need a quarterback bad. If the Giants don't draft Dwayne Haskins, they're idiots. Right now, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the draft is Dwayne Haskins, not Kyler Murray. Jacksonville Jaguars at number 7. They got a Jawan Taylor, an offensive tackle. Detroit Lions, edge rusher Rashawn Gary, Michigan. Buffalo Bills, O-tackle. Denver Broncos, Drew Lock, quarterback from Missouri. I've heard a lot of hype about him. We'll see. Devin Bush from Michigan. He goes to Cincinnati. Number 12, the Packers. Ed Oliver from Houston. Miami, number 13. Montez Sweat from Mississippi State. Atlanta, number 14. Cody Ford, he's an offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Washington Redskins, number 15. Daniel Jones from Duke. Y'all really hyping him. Okay. Carolina, number 16. Brian Burns, he's an edge rusher from Florida State. The Giants, they get Clelin Ferrell from Clemson. Minnesota, number 18, Andre Dillard, an offensive tackle. The Tennessee Titans, number 19, tight end T.J. Hawkinson from Iowa. No. Pittsburgh Steelers, number 20, Greedy Williams from LSU. Number 21, the Seahawks. Let's see, Taylor Rapp from Washington. Number 22, Baltimore, DK Metcalf. See, this is the guy I think the Raiders ought to get. This guy's a beast. This DK Metcalf, he's going to be the next superstar wide receiver in the NFL. He runs a 4.33 40-yard dash. He's 228 pounds. He's 6'3" and has a 40.5 vertical leap. Now, you tell me why no one higher than 20 wouldn't draft this guy. This is the Randy Moss of this draft. Okay? All right. I'll be shocked if he falls to 20th. I'll be shocked. 23, the Houston Texans, Byron Murphy from Washington. The Raiders from Chicago, Noah Fett from Iowa. Philadelphia, 25, Josh Jacobs from Alabama. Indianapolis Colts, 26, Jeffrey Simmons from Mississippi State. The Raiders, 27, from the Cowboys. Rock Ya-Sin from Temple. 28, the Chargers. A.J. Brown, a wide receiver from Mississippi. 29, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to go after an offensive center. The Packers, number 30, Nasir Adderley from Delaware. 31, the Los Angeles Rams, defensive lineman Christian Wilkins. New England Patriots, number 32, Jonathan Abrams. So there you have it. That's the draft next weekend. All right? All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. Appreciate you joining the show. Don't forget to catch Black Focus Radio Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. Coming up right after me is Real Talk, Real Money with David Ashley. Y'all stick and stay for that. You've been listening to the weekly sports magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
Boss, have zero overhead, offer travel in all 50 states and countries all over the world, work at your own pace and schedule, get trained, get paid to travel. Want to learn more? Text travel to 501-588-8838 to get your registration link, and we'll see you Saturday, April 27th at the Hilton Gardens Inn in West Little Rock. Text travel to 501-588-8838 now.
Fill your home for the holidays with Bedrock Mattress and More. Bundle and save for every room in your home. Package deals just in time for the holidays. Our first bundle starting at $5.98. Perfect for a dorm room. Bundle deal 2, only $15.99. Enough to fill your first apartment. And fill your home with our first bundle starting at only $20.
You bought it from me. Oh, what's that?
We could always.
How much was it? $1. Really? What you buy for the station, or you bought it from me? What you buying from?
Dollar Tree.
Really?
Down on
Well, appreciate it, man. Did you remember to bring my shades?
yeah, there is.
Oh, you don't have to go out there and get them. Yeah, I'll get them.
So I was going over the music and found out that the words didn't fit the music.
That's never good.
Yeah, that ain't gonna ever work. Trying to learn that close to that song.
$10 at the door, $25 information, call 501-291-9839. Co-sponsored by Robinson.
It's been all right. Not bad at all. I'll just be glad when they get this.
They got the program set right.
That it just kind of discombobulates me.
That's Gia. David. That's Gia. She sent me her CD. It was my first show. It was probably my second show. The girl who was on my show.
Oh, I remember her.
That's Gia. She got a project. That new project is fire.
Yeah, I remember her.
She
Yeah.
sent me a new project. I was like, damn, you might get to be a star with us.
You're gonna need to use that mic, the
This mic,
orange
okay.
mic. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get squared away and situated. You ready for me?
All right.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I am trying to get right. Today is Saturday before Easter. And for you guys that aren't Christian, don't know too much about Christian, Jesus is right now in hell preaching a revival. And he's coming out to with all the power in his hand. So tomorrow he'll be resurrected king. And we're so glad about it. Hallelujah. So, how's everybody doing out there today? Hope everybody's fine. I hope everybody's had a good week, and hope you're getting off started for your next week. I hope you get started for a great rest of the month. Have got much month left, so if you ain't got it done by now, you better get on the horse. So get on the horse. Good morning, Claire. And now, got Family Fun Day coming on, Dave. Got all the stuff we need for the city. So we getting ready to get this thing on. So you get your booth. Let's do some rib rub and we're gonna do some cooking. So we got to get some rib rub.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we're gonna do some cooking, man. We had a
Now you said Family Fun Day. What is Family Fun Day?
Family Fun Day is
You just can't throw things out.
I just threw it out there.
Yeah.
Then like everybody read my mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the Vulcan IML. I did a Star Trek marathon. I was gonna give you one of
Have
these.
you been watching the new Star Trek?
Yeah, man, I love her.
Yeah,
I'm in love,
it's-
Dave.
yeah.
I like her hair.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact she kissing on the Vulcan guy. No, he's not a Vulcan. He's a rejuvenated Klingon.
Yeah.
You know, I don't
yeah.
like that, but she can still live long and prosper.
Yeah. Actually, it's really good.
Yeah,
It's really
Commander
good.
Michael Burnham. She a bad girl.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, so they getting ready to shoot Mike into the future.
Yeah, she
And
kind of
you
get on
know,
my nerves.
Yeah,
though.
she get on your nerves.
Yeah,
because she cry too much.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because Captain Kirk used to get on my nerves too, but she kind of reminds me.
He
of him.
said he's way over the
She's
top.
over the top,
She over
man.
the top,
She ain't even the captain.
You
You know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm
I'm gonna do what I want to do when I'm gonna do
I
it.
will do it. And I'm in the military and I don't care. You can't.
Exactly.
I'm way out in space.
Yeah, it's a trip, but it is a good series, though. It really
But
is.
you know, I like that futuristic stuff. I like sci-fi, so I'm hooked, man. And
I'll tell you another one real fast that my son turned me on to. Gotham.
Gotham, really?
You should go and watch it.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
it's-
I'm looking for a binge thing because I'm getting ready.
Okay,
to
so
take
they've
some
got
time
4
off.
seasons.
Yeah.
So you need to start at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Is that
You
the
got
one with,
Netflix. You got Netflix.
Jada
Pinkett is in
it. Jada Pinkett's
Right.
in it. She's still in
So no, well, where I am now, she's gone.
there. She's gone.
But I'm just saying, it's the
Yeah.
evolution of the characters of
Of
Batman.
the characters of Batman.
So
So,
you-
it was Batman before he became Batman.
Right. He's a little kid.
Yeah.
And then of course you see the evolution of the Riddler, the Joker.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I
So
need to check him
go
out.
check it out.
Yeah. Good morning, JJ Crane. Sold a lot of cars up there, brother. You and David Croft. David, you're not supposed to take vacations, man. Don't take a vacation because when you take a vacation, I don't know, man. This is my good friend David Croft. He's my homeboy, and he runs one of the Crane dealerships in North Little Rock, Crane Kia. So good man, Dave. Thank you for checking in this morning. And JJ, congratulations on your new job, and I hope you'll get those guys over there at Central Chevrolet to turn a brother on, hook a brother up, and start doing some business with the bank. So, and Daisha, I just love saying your name, Daisha. I'm gonna name my next grandbaby Daisha. I know her parents probably won't let me do that, David. But I give my first grandbaby. I gave him a nickname. I don't even call him by his name. His name was Dakota Morocco. A pretty name, pretty boy. I called him Demo, for short. Hey Pat, absolutely amazing. She is. Yes, she is. Now, Family Fun Day. What is Family Fun Day? Family Fun Day is evolving as we speak because here's what we're going to do. Family Fun Day. Family Fun Day is June 29th, and it's going to be at Greater Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, and that is 217 North Hazel in North Little Rock, right on the corner of Broadway. So we're closing off Hazel at Broadway, and we're closing off Hazel at 2nd Street. So we're going to do a father-child spade tournament. A father-child spade tournament. And we're going to have bouncy houses. We're going to have a concert. And that's the big three. Then we're going to have food.
You just want to do a spade tournament.
I got to do the spade tournament,
You
man.
just
I don't
want
know.
to start a fight at a church.
It won't get out of my mind. See, now if you fight or you cuss, you automatically eliminated.
That still ain't gonna keep him from fighting.
Hey, and you might get you might get you what whooped, up in that church. Hey, them deacons ain't scared of you. Them deacons. Hey, and now, deacons right now like security guards, man. They're like CIA.
Yeah, I know.
They can throw their shades on and go down to the hood and just whoop everything. You know, if you coming to Christ, oh no, okay, well I'm gonna take you out. Deacon Kill-A-Lot. So, excuse me, guys. You know, I didn't mean that. My
There you
pastor,
go.
Pastor, you know I didn't mean that, Pastor.
There
You know, if
you
we
go.
don't have anybody at the church, Pastor. This is my great friend and Pastor Reginald Henderson chiming in this morning. But Pastor, I love you, and there's nobody at our church, our wonderful church, which is getting ready to celebrate its 144th year, called Deacon Kill-A-Lot. There's nobody, there's nobody over there. That was just something my. He said we might need somebody.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. But yeah, there's nobody over there like that. So we are we're doing our event, man, and I'm kind of it's evolving into stuff, and I'm kind of really excited about it because for 2 years we talked about all kind of things that we were trying to get done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is evolving into things, and I'm getting ready. Hopefully, I've got some. I'm talking to some people today that are going to come on and help us do some things that we've always wanted to do, and we're going to,
Good.
get a chance to do those things. So I'm excited. If you